morning holds the record as the youngest female presidential appointee in history. She worked her way up to become the White House Director of Events during the Clinton administration, which included coordinating big events such as the popular Easter egg roll. And if you don't believe us, check this out.
Laura, all the social aides are officers, and we all call Laura Sarge. Everybody in America wants to tell me what to do, and she got to do it every day.
That's right. Laura Schwartz is a professional speaker and author, and she wrote this book, Eat, Drink, and Succeed, which is why she brought us something to drink. Hi, Laura.
Well, hello. Happy Easter a little early.
Yeah, well, we like it, and we can have a toast to Easter.
I
Is that why you brought this?
I think we should. Well, you know, when you got a martini on the cover of your book.
You have to, that's right.
It's pretty easy that you're drinking.
What did you bring us?
This
Cheers.
is non-alcoholic champagne, which
Shame on you.
Which all of my cousins' kids will be having at Easter, coming to Plymouth on Sunday.
Good.
So cheers.
Happy Friday. Yeah.
It does taste very appley and sweet.
It does. So, you know, it's healthy for us.
There you go.
That's why I drink Cosmopolitans, because
they're healthy for you.
the cranberry juice in the vodka really gives you that boost of vitamin C.
Sure.
I drink them because I am so much funnier when I drink them.
It's amazing. You know, I say in the book, you know, the power of alcohol. You know, there's a fine line between cocktail talk and your cocktail talking.
Right,
so you have to watch yourself. Maybe one, maybe two. The 3 and 4, yeah, you should hold back.
There you go.
I had a chance to meet you a couple years ago in Chicago, and I adore it, Laura. You're awesome.
Oh, and you too. Your energy, I just love it.
Thank you. But you worked at the White House for 8 years.
8, yeah.
You've got a plethora of information that you could have shared. Why write the book that you wrote?
Well, you know, you're right. You know, and after
This
8
is about
years,
networking.
Yes, and after 8 years behind the scenes to history, I thought, how can I translate what I did at the White House into the lives of everybody, no matter what age, captain of industry, self-starting entrepreneur, a great mom going back to work, or in Tastefully Simple, or a great program like that. And I thought about it. And at the White House, you guys, I saw a lot of people as the White House Director of Events eat, drink, and steal the towels. I did.
Did they really?
I wasn't one of the. Oh my gosh!
Did they make it out with the towels?
Women in their long gowns with their Judith Lieber purses could hardly get them closed after some state dinners.
Nothing in there. I'm good. Nothing to see here.
But then there were others that really came and they ate and drank and turned ideas into reality and relationships into partnerships, like Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Mr. Spielberg was at our 94th state dinner of Boris Yeltsin. He met these 2 other guys during cocktails. They were seated at different tables during dinner. And then afterwards in the grand foyer over dancing, they kind of continued their conversation in the corner. Well, those 2 other guys just happened to be Jeffrey Katzenberg and David Geffen. 13 days later, they announced DreamWorks.
Wow.
Yep. In fact, Steven says, here we are, 3 schmucks from Hollywood, 6 feet from Clinton and Yeltsin, who are talking about nuclear proliferation. And we're like, hey, wouldn't it be fun to make a movie studio?
What's really important, right?
You know, but that didn't happen in a boardroom or in L.A. And I've got great stories that I got from Oprah Winfrey and others in the book, as well as some of my family members, my cousins from Appleton and Oshkosh and right here in Wisconsin, as well as great people from all over the world, which is a lot of fun. You know, there are these chance meetings that, if we're somewhat prepared, those could change our life. So it's a lot of fun.
Youngest female presidential appointee in history, right?
Yeah.
19 years old you started.
Young.
How'd you get into it?
Well, it was great. It was great, Tyler, because I left Wisconsin. I was at St. Norbert College in Green Bay, De Pere. And they had a semester exchange program with the American University in Washington called Washington Semester. And you do a tuition exchange, you do classes there, you do an internship. Well, I had a little internship in a PR firm within a law firm. And then my roommate came home and said, Laura, there's a guy who was in our program 2 years ago. He's now in the press office for the president-elect. They don't have an intern program at the White House yet officially, but they need help.
Okay.
And they'll give you credit if you do it here at AU. So I went in 2 days a week, and instead of going in from 9 to 5, I went in 6 in the morning, stayed till 10:30 at night, and answered the phones.
You chose those hours on your own?
Oh, on my own. There was one other student. I don't remember her name, to be honest, and I don't know if anybody else did either, because she came in 9 to 5 and just kind of left. And even though I was making copies and getting coffee and answering the phones, I did so with great enthusiasm, because, hey, at least you're answering it in the West Wing.
No one doubts that you had great enthusiasm.
I was questioning it until you said it right now.
And I would keep a little ledger next to my phone, and I would keep track of who got how many calls. And because I didn't have political connections, we weren't political donors. I voted for Bill Clinton in college. That was the first president I could vote for, because I liked what he did in education and healthcare. And I came from a small town family business in Plymouth, Wisconsin. Those were the issues important to me. That's how I voted. But then when I got there, I had to figure out who were the players So I would keep tabs, and when I answered the phone, I was very inquisitive. And I'd say, and you are? And you're calling regarding, and one day I got a call and I said, hello, White House press office. And she said, yeah, I need so-and-so. And I said, well, I say, who's calling? And she said, Maggie Williams. And I said, and who are you with, Miss Williams? And she said, I'm the First Lady's Chief of Staff. It was 2 days after.
You don't know.
Yeah, it was 2 days after the inauguration. I didn't know. So it was at that point that I borrowed, which I still have today, the Executive Office of the President transitional phone book. And I would read that every day until I memorized it.
It's not borrowed anymore.
No, it's just mine.
Now it's in your purse.
So anyway, a lot of hard work, but I was luckily had great mentors, was recognized for that, by George Stephanopoulos, Dee Dee Myers, just great people I really admired in the administration. I became a staff assistant. And then I was hired on, and then after that, the Midwest press secretary. So I dealt with the news station right here at TMJ4 and the editors and producers, both proactively and reactively. And then the White House director of television, which was awesome, traveling with the president all over the world and producing his interviews. And then ultimately, the White House director of events. In 97 to the end.
Let's go there, because you did over 1,000 events at the White House. One of them was the egg roll.
Oh,
this is all Easter related. Don't give away how many. Okay, how many? Don't tell us how many eggs, because we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah, maybe somebody should look that up at home for later. I'm just saying.
But what was that all about?
It was awesome. It's the largest public event at the White House. Over 30,000 people, kids everywhere. It's a terrific joint operation from the White House Social Office, where I was the director of events, with the White House Visitors Office, the National Park Service. The kids come in starting at 6 o'clock in the morning. They roll the eggs. The president kicks it off by blowing the whistle. They've got activities going on for the kids from story time, and the stories are going to be read by Jim Carrey.
Oh my God. That's the best.
Oh, that is the best.
That's as good as it gets. Yeah,
Sesame Street characters like, wouldn't that be great? Maybe not quite for Easter. He could make Peter Cottontail probably really hilarious.
Exactly. That'd be good.
But they've got a lot of Let's Move campaign events. So they've got activities and yoga. I don't know what kid's going to sit still for yoga on the South Lawn. And then they've got characters rolling around. And one of the iconic parts of the Easter egg roll are the giant bunnies. There's people inside. They're giant. And the giant Easter eggs. And now, my mom was an Easter egg for many years because my parents would always come out for the roll. And so she was in this gigantic egg, cute little bonnet, cute little bloomers, and she'd walk around all day handing out eggs to the kids and talking to them. Some kids wanted to hug her for a nice picture. Other kids wanted to see if they could crack her. So there's just a lot in the public, there's a chance for a public lottery for 30,000 of those tickets. So you can apply. Just keep looking at whitehouse.gov. Maybe you want to go next year.
We'll get her
so
eggs.
cool. Okay, we ran out of time. I would love for you to stay and just tell a million stories, but you got to get Laura's book. Again, it's Eat, Drink, and Succeed. Great tips for networking. If you want to be as bold as she is, or learn some of the tips to get her where she's gotten today, that's where you find it. Her website is lauraschwartzlive.com. You also have podcasts and such on there.
Oh, yeah, lots of fun stuff. You can see lots of clips.
Thanks for being
here. Thank you for having me.
See
Great to see you again.
So nice.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Yay. All right, well, we've got